My role in the Cal Ripken Sr. Foundation is multifaceted, but the one I enjoy most is actually coming out and interacting with the kids. There's fundraising and there's public-private partnerships and building fields and complexes for all this to happen. But in the end, it's the grassroots relationships. It's the coming out and kind of feeling what it's like to actually play with the kids. We're teaching law enforcement a little skill about baseball. They then become sort of coaches and they teach the kids. And so it's good to come out and interact with the kids. And I think, my playing days to all those kids, they weren't born, I think, when I was still playing. And so in some ways people tell them about that I was a baseball player, but that's less important. It's more important to actually earn their trust through showing them a skill, kind of doing it with them, and then bring them along that way. And I think that's the model that you want to give the law enforcement, is that they're creating those relationships, not because they're law enforcement, because they're actually working with the kids and earning their trust, one flip, one swing at a time.
And you never know when these kids grow up if it's going to be the same officer they have interaction with, or how it changes their perception.
Well, we'd love to change the perception to look at law enforcement in the most positive way, because factually they are there for the community, and they help. Many times the media will portray the stories, and maybe that gets out of whack a little bit. But the idea is, let's figure out programs in which law enforcement can interact with the communities, and sport is a really good way to do it. That really accentuates the positive impact of those relationships.
Tell me about the new program, because it's sort of building off the old, isn't it? I mean, there's the badges program.
Sure.
But
yeah. Well, Badges for Baseball is our fancy way of getting law enforcement to teach a little baseball. And then the Team Cops and Kids is a venue in which you can share the positive stories. And so we're encouraging people to look at the positive stories and share them out, and hopefully that will spur other people to do that. And again, it's to focus on the positive interactions, not the negative ones.
Is it sort of funny, because we all know who you are and you're so famous, you walk around Baltimore, anywhere, everybody knows who you are. These kids,
well,
he said they weren't born. Isn't that funny to kind of be around kids who don't know who you are?
It's interesting to get older in life, period, and maybe who you were, you're not seen that way, but I see it as an opportunity to gain their trust, to build their trust. And it's interesting to me, so in some ways, the legend grows when other people tell them about what I did, because then they forget about the strikeouts and they forget about the errors and all that kind of stuff, and they only talk about the good stuff. So I'm surprised that many of the kids that I interacted with today knew of me, but you're right, most of the kids did not. And so you're not trading off your past, you're trading off your present. So right now it's what can you do that can have fun with them. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
And somebody tells me when you get out there and you show them what you got, they'll respect you there too.
Well, I think I said at one point, I had a bad throw and I caught it, with the glove really quick, and I said I still got it. And they started getting on me about it. Oh, you still got it, and they had no idea what that meant.